Thank you, Wendy. Man, talk about March Madness. Whoa, expensive tickets. Hey, time for a walk with Father Jeff Walker. I love it.
I'm walking, yes indeed, I'm talking.
Good morning, Father, and happy Easter.
Good morning and happy Easter to you. $5,000 a seat. I'm trying to think, man, what can I sell tickets to? What do people want seats to? We should sell seats to watch this show live. Do you think?
Oh, there you go. We could get
5,000.
we could get 5,000 pennies for that.
5,000 pennies, maybe, if we're lucky.
If we're lucky.
And only because it's early in the morning and people aren't thinking right. If
That's
we get them
right.
before their coffee.
Catch them off guard.
That's right. Oh, man, what a happy Easter it is. Such a great Holy Week, such a great Easter Vigil, my favorite thing of the year. I know I talked with the listeners before about our Stations of the Cross on campus. The Lord blessed us with the most perfect weather for that, not only for us to go out and pray the stations, because, we did our Eucharistic procession in the pouring down rain, so these students were going to go out no matter what.
Oh.
But it was such a good opportunity for witness because there were so many people outside. There were so many people hanging around the campus because it was so nice outside that we picked up quite a few people along the way. Such a beautiful experience and a way to share our faith during Holy Week. And I tell you, we just had the most beautiful Easter Vigil. I'm entirely biased. But people have been asking me what my favorite moment was. And so no one here asked me that, but I'll share it anyway. From the Easter Vigil, this year we had several students come into the church, but only one was baptized. So I came over with our candidate for baptism, and we were praying the Litany of the Saints. And, there's so much stuff going on at the Easter Vigil. It's my favorite Mass of the year, but it's also one where I'm so, trying to think about what's the next thing that comes, or what page am I supposed to turn to after this, or is there a prayer after this, or do I have to go into this? There's so much stuff going on in my mind that it's easy for me to lose track of what's actually happening. And so as we were beginning the baptismal rite, I was sort of in that zone of what comes next, what am I supposed to do, what page am I supposed to turn to, is this the yellow ribbon or the blue ribbon? And as I was asking the questions for the renunciation of sin and the profession of faith, do you renounce Satan and all his empty show? Do you believe in God the Father? I looked up at our candidate who was had tears in her eyes, this young woman who's a college student at BGSU. And right there in that moment, it took me out of my what's the next ribbon or what's the next step. And it helped me remember what was actually happening here. New birth, freedom from sin. And I am just so thankful for that very real human moment when my eyes met hers. And I saw that she understood what was going on, even if I almost missed it. And so I was so thankful for that moment to call me back to reality, so that as I celebrated the sacraments of initiation with the rest of the folks, not only that baptism, but then proceeded to receive others into the Catholic Church and celebrate confirmation with them, that I was so in tune with what's going on. So there was just that moment of grace, I think, where God sort of woke me up from my priest doing special liturgy mindset and brought me into this is the moment of salvation mindset. And really to be able to enjoy that with other people. And I think that's what I heard a lot from the students who came to that, especially the students who sponsored other students. It always amazes me how the Holy Spirit works out those partnerships, that random people sign up to be sponsors and they get paired up with random other students. And then it turns out not to be so random at all, if you know what I mean. The Holy Spirit has brought those people together. I said just to be able to watch that was awesome for them, but also reminded me what happened to me so long ago, maybe when I don't remember it. When I was baptized as an infant, or I was confirmed in 8th grade, but I was too tough to care, and it was such a good moment. Good moment.
That sounds wonderful, and that too is my favorite Mass. And I think a lot of people can say that because every part of it is so rich, and I love the Litany of Saints, especially sung, and to be able to be a part of this welcoming into the church with these catechumens is really moving. You really feel like we're all on the same page here, and we're all we're all one in this liturgy. So maybe that's the standout aspect of it for me. But man, that sounds like a joyful occasion there at your parish.
It is, and the joy continues. It's been so good I sort of wondered if our daily Mass crowd would go down now that Lent is over. Lent and people get into good spiritual disciplines, and we had just so many coming to weekday Masses during Lent. And I thought, well, it must be because of Lent, but they've been back this week as well, so the good habits continue. And it's been so wonderful to see some of our new Catholics receive not only their first communion on Saturday, but to receive their second communion, their third communion, their fourth communion, and to really be with them and practicing the faith. It's quite a journey. So, I don't know, a little shout out to your listeners that if you've never been involved with RCIA or OCIA, as it will be called, the process of helping people become Catholic, it is such a joy to be involved in that. So even if you don't know personally anyone who's coming in, call your parish and say, hey, listen, I would love to be part of this next year if you need my help in any way. And, we need people to be sponsors, but we also need people who will come to our weekly meetings and help set up tables or put out snacks. And we're all sort of part of this great journey with these folks that culminates in the Easter Vigil. And, now, while you're thinking of it, while that chrism is still fresh on the heads of the new Catholics, to get involved, we've got 2 people that have already signed up for next year. So now is the time. We've got 2 people who want to become Catholic already next year. So now's the time to get involved with that and to be part of that journey, that year-long journey and even more of helping people discover the faith.
Absolutely, and I haven't met a sponsor yet that regrets that decision. What a wonderful way to really participate in the life of the church. All right, Father Jeff Walker, thank you so much. Have a great another solemnity today.
That's right. Happy Easter.
We'll be right back.